Welcome to my Batocera quick setup guide to Gaelco arcade games. Gaelco games are comprised of both 2D and 3D games, which have differing requirements. I've already copied over the file structures of 3 Gaelco arcade games to the Gaelco folder. As with all my quick setup guides, this guide is highly condensed, therefore hopefully negating the need to skip any part of it. So once again, if you do choose to skip, don't complain that I didn't warn you. I'm going to press F1 to bring up the file manager. Then I'm going to navigate to my ROM folder and locate the Gaelco ROM folder. Once inside the Gaelco folder, we'll see the 3 games that I copied over earlier. This one will be using Demule and these 2 will be using MAME. I've selected different games on purpose so I can demonstrate how they run and with which emulator. Upon opening the info file, we will note that Demule has a very limited set of games that it can run. Only the 6 highlighted games here are compatible with the emulator, but it does run the games really well. We also have the option of running other games with MAME, as denoted here, with varying degrees of success. Having checked the compatibility list, we'll now press File and Quit. Now I'm going to enter the BIOS folder, as contrary to popular belief, Gaelco games will need a BIOS if you're running them with MAME and not Demule. This is the file you'll require, TMS 320 C31.zip. Now let's return to Batocera's Systems menu and check out the settings for our first game. So selecting our first game, speed up and entering advanced game options. As you can see, everything is set to auto, no changes to the original resolution or aspect ratio prior to booting this game. Speed up is currently running under MAME. As you can see, speed up runs fine in native resolution with a 4:3 ratio. I found I could happily change this to 1080p resolution and full screen whilst maintaining full speed on my 7840HS mini PC. I will do this on the next game to demonstrate both instances whilst keeping the video as brief as possible. Our next game is Radikal Bikers, and on entering advanced game options, I've changed the game aspect ratio to full. I've changed the graphics API to Vulkan as I've got a Ryzen chipset, and the rendering resolution I've changed to 1080p. Let's boot this game. Despite some crude animations on the player select screen and intros, probably due to non-perfect emulation, Radikal Bikers plays fine in game at 1080p and full screen. Remember, both this and speed up require the previously shown BIOS file to run within MAME. This game is a great take on pizza delivery despite some chunky looking graphics, and I highly recommend you check it out. Now I'm going to quit this game and we'll check out our final game, which is ATV. For ATV Track advanced game settings, we're going to change the emulator to Demule, game aspect ratio stretch and Gaelco scaling amount to 5 times resolution before booting the game. As stated earlier, Demule does a far better job of emulating these Gaelco games than MAME, and also does not require any BIOS files. However, it is severely limited in the amount of games that it can emulate, and currently only 6 games are supported. Therefore, we need both emulators to emulate the majority of Gaelco games. As you can see, you'll have a fast, smooth playing experience using Demule with the games that it can currently emulate, even at 5 times resolution with a half decent mini PC. Obviously, if you have any frame rate issues, you can tweak the resolution up or down from 5 times resolution that I've got it set to currently based on your hardware. As mentioned earlier, this is a brief overview of the Gaelco library, and there are a few other 3D games available. There's also some 2D games that are playable with the MAME emulator, and I'll showcase a few of those now. From top left, the 2D content depicted here: Thunder Hoops, Maniac Squares, TH Strikes Back, and Alligator Hunt. If you appreciate the highly condensed nature of these guides, please check out my playlists at the end of this video and consider subscribing, as it gives me the motivation to create more, and I'll catch you on the next one.